Howdy friends, I have a fun video for you today. This is actually a tag video on how to live on less and save more money. I was tagged by Sweet Angela at Our Life on a Budget, and this video has been making its rounds around and I am finally getting to it. Sorry guys, I've been having a life in Texas. It's awesome. But I am here for you today with all of my answers to this question. She also tagged Dollar Dude, and I'm going to link his video that he responded with very quickly down below. His answers were hilarious. I'll also link you out to Angela's channel, and as this is a tag video, anyone is open to pick it up and do it. It has already made the rounds pretty much through the financial YouTube community, so I'm not going to tag individual people, but if you want to do it, consider yourself tagged by me. Alrighty, first up, what are the most important frugal things you do every single day to save money? All right, well, first off, I nearly always pack a lunch to go to work with. So on weekdays, I pack a lunch. I do it the night before. I prep meals on Sunday. It's actually Sunday as I'm filming this, and after I'm done with this video, I'm going to trim it a little and set it to get all mixed up and upload, and then I'm going grocery shopping, and I will plan out what I am going to make for lunch this week. So that saves me a ton of money. One, because I am very grouchy when I'm hungry. You don't want to see it. And two, I have to park very far away from my building on campus, so in order to go out and eat, I have to take about 10 minutes to walk out to my car, drive off campus, go get something to eat, spend more money than I would have to make my lunch, eat it or bring it back, walk back. It's Texas. It's the middle of the summer. It's hot. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to go out to the patio with a book that I got from the campus library, read, eat, relax a little bit, maybe catch up on some YouTube videos or comments, and just chill. So not only is it better for my pocketbook, it is better for my mind. So meal prepping, bringing my lunches every single time will save you the most money on food. I can't imagine ever going out to eat regularly again for lunches. I would much rather take the time, spend that money for like a nice dinner out where I can actually enjoy it instead of just fast food crap, to be honest. So not to say that that doesn't have its place. I love me some Taco Bell every once in a while, but I'm not dealing with the mess of spending money on fast food every day. Not gonna happen. Next up, what is your best strategy for saving on utilities? I actually have central air now, which is really cool. I've never had that before, but even when I had window units, I always turned everything off when I left the house. If I am not in the house or the apartment, it doesn't need to be cool or warm. I mean, Rory's fine, she's fairly temperature controlled, but now that I have central, I actually set my control to 77 or 78 degrees if I am leaving. Even if I'm only leaving for an hour, I make sure that this apartment is not being cooled further. So I turn off utilities, or I turn off my lights and my fans and everything like that when I'm not here. Rory has plenty of water, she's fine. I promise the place stays pretty cool, but I'm not spending extra to heat or cool it when I'm not here to enjoy that. I also only run my dishwasher at night, and I don't pay for water here, so I don't worry about that so much, but the electricity bills are certainly a little higher here in Texas, so I am trying to mitigate those costs as much as I can by just shutting everything down, and it's become a habit now. It's if I didn't, it would be weird. If I came in and lights were on in my house, I'd be like, who's been in my house? So there's that. All right, next up, what is your best tip to save on food and household products? One, shop stores where you know there are sales, so either use apps on your phone to figure out what the best deals are for the week, and meal plan. I know I've been talking about this for years. I know it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but meal planning what you are going to eat saves so much money, because I know it. I do it all the time. You go to the store without a plan. You just start throwing stuff in your cart. Half the stuff ends up going bad. You forget to eat it. You don't end up getting anything that you want, and when you come home at night, you have no idea what you're going to cook. So just take a few minutes, sketch out a meal plan, and base those off of what the stores have on sale that week. So right now, I usually go to Aldi or HEB, which are the low-cost grocers in my area, And formerly, when I lived in Mena, I did the price matching thing because Walmart was the only place around. I know a lot of places aren't doing that anymore, but go to the cheapest place you can and buy what's on sale. Plan your menus around that. All right, and for household products, I would say you don't need as many household products as you think you do. I only buy a couple of cleaners. I've never gotten into the making my own cleaners type thing just because I don't have the mental energy for it. But I actually shop for most of my household cleaners at the Dollar Tree, and you only need a couple. General all-purpose cleaners will do pretty much anything. Disinfectant, the same spray will do for your countertops and for your shower probably, depending on what kind of shower you have. I know some places are crazy. And, you know, cleaning up something that spilled on the floor. So I have tried very hard not to fall for the trap of you need 1,000 different cleaners for 1,000 different things, because honestly, I only end up reaching for the same couple of things anyway. So something for windows, something for any other surface in my home is pretty much all I end up using. So I would definitely say not falling into the trap of thinking that I'll clean more if I purchase more items or that I need more items than I do definitely saves me a lot of money. All right, next up, what is your best tip to save on clothes? I actually do most of my shopping on Black Friday. I've talked about this on my channel before, but my sister-in-law Beth and I go clothes shopping on Black Friday. We do all of our Christmas shopping on Black Friday, actually. We do something called the envelope passing method, which I have a video on that I will link below. But essentially, we give each other money, we buy what we want and need, and then return the gifts to each other, and then open them up a month later at Christmas. But we buy almost all of our clothes for the year on Black Friday. I got this dress, which was a $58 dress from Torrid for $9.99, along with several other dresses. And yes, it was in November. I wasn't going to wear them for several months, but you don't see prices that low on items from Torrid during the rest of the year. I promise, I've tried. I stalk the sales, but I buy a lot of stuff when it's on sale. I just bought a sweater at Walmart for $3 that was gorgeous and pink, and it was on sale for $3 because it's the middle of the summer. So buying clothes off season and buying them when they're at a greatly discounted rate, like on Black Friday, where if you shop the clearance section, all the clearance will be half off on top of all the other discounts because they're trying to get those clothes out of there, save you a ton of money on clothing. Also, buying secondhand is always wonderful. If you can find a good consignment shop or a thrift store and really you don't mind kind of searching through stuff, you can find some real gems for a fraction of the price. A lot of my clothes come from the thrift store. Alrighty, next up, what is your best strategy to stay out of debt or to pay it down? Well, to stay out of debt is pretty easy. If you don't have debt, don't get into debt. I save up money to pay for things. I recently got this coffee table and this rug. Now, I had the discretionary income to spend on it, but I actually waited and I took a month, saved it, put it in a savings account aside for those things, for household improvements, and then had that money ready to go. So it wasn't even working out of the monthly budget of the month that I was in, if that makes sense. Now, that wasn't an entirely necessary thing because I had the extra money to spend. I had it line item budgeted, but it made sure that I wasn't spending unnecessarily. I'm never going to put something like that on a credit card. I'm never going to go into debt again if I can just save, just period. We can end the sentence there. I'm never going to go into debt again. Potentially for a house one day, but never for consumer items when I can just save the money for them and buy them later. It was fine that I lived here for 3 or 4 months without a coffee table. I hadn't found what I wanted yet, and I hadn't found something at the right price, and I hadn't found the combination of those two items either. So once I did that, I saved up the money for it, and I got myself a coffee table. So be patient and use cash. Use money that you already have for it. Don't use someone else's money. Well, there is to it. Now, to get out of debt, I would say treat getting out of debt like it is your job, which is the way that I got out of $33,000 worth of debt in 3 years on a $26,000 up to a $35,000 salary. Yes, I was on a low income. I completely did this by myself, and it was because I treated getting out of debt like it was my job. Every single time I went to swipe my debit card, I asked if that money that I was about to spend would be better spent getting out of debt. And when I put like 40% of my daily energy toward trying to do that goal, it made me get out of debt so much faster. Because when you weigh every single decision against this thing is going to disappear real fast. That debt is. All right, next up, please share one thing you do to save money that other people don't know. Well, I talk on this channel a lot about what I do to save money, especially in like my 5 Frugal Things series, where I talk about weekly money wins and fails. As in, I let my potatoes go bad. That was a waste, and it was only a waste of $1, but that adds up. But one thing that you guys may not know, because I haven't talked about it in a while, is that I don't know if agonize is the right word, but I take a lot of time when I've decided to purchase something. I actually keep a wish list in Google Drive of things that I might want, you know, things that are not needs, and I will work off of that wish list for years. I've learned to be very, very patient. I also have a wish list on Amazon. For instance, I bought this recently. This is a 16-slice apple core. Now, I didn't buy one of these while I was in debt, despite this being on my Amazon wish list for literally years, and it only being $9, because I already had an 8-slice apple core and also a knife. But because I just couldn't justify spending $9 on this when I could put that $9 pretty much every single month at debt. So I finally bought one and I'm very happy with it. But every single time I purchase something, it doesn't matter if it's less than $10, I make sure that I'm getting it at the best price. I make sure that I'm getting exactly what I want so that I don't have to spend the money twice and get something later. Once again, see coffee table and rug. And I think about it for a long time. I don't make whim purchases. Every single thing that I might purchase goes through this process of, do you really need it? Do you really, really need it? Really, really, really? Do you really, really want it? Is there something else in your life that could do it just as well in its place? Are you going to get bored with it in a year? And how are you going to pay for it? So once it goes through all of those insane processes and it finally makes it into my house, I've been using this thing constantly. I love this thing. And I gave my old apple slicer, which was actually a Pampered Chef one that I'd gotten at a yard sale. It was really nice, to a friend who didn't have one, and he totally wanted it. So agonize over your purchases. Maybe find a better word for that, but that's honestly what I do. All right, and I actually think of it as kind of a game. Like, it's a fun game to figure out if I can get it at a cheaper price, or if this is the absolute best item for my money, and is it gonna last me a long time? So is it exactly what I want? All right, and final question. How important is it for you to save money? I would say that saving money is of the utmost importance to me right now. I'm currently on Dave Ramsey's Baby Step 3, which is saving up a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. I have another video on that I will link below on what my numbers were and how I calculated them and how much money I'm saving and why. But every single month, that's my new money goal. I have taken just a little bit of a step, not back or away, but a step that allows me to have multiple money goals right now. So I'm now saving a little bit for a future travel fund, and I'm investing a little bit into my home and this YouTube channel. I recently bought a camera, and you know, I'll buy little things that I've wanted for a while, like this apple core, but it's still the major force that is driving me. Every single month I want to make sure that I'm putting the most money that I can to this emergency fund. I want to get it knocked out. I want to get Baby Step 3 done with. I'm not going to let this take years. It is very key, I think, because as we're saving money, what we're making, we never know what the future holds. All we have is right now, the money that we're making now, and we need to save and invest for our future because we don't know what's going to come. So those are my answers to this how to live on less and save more money tag. I would love to hear what you think and your opinion on these questions. All of them will be listed below. And if you pick up this tag, please let me know. I would love to see your answers. I will see you guys next time. Bye.